Hey everybody, Jem Schofield here with the C47 and another episode of Gearbox, second one for the week, and yeah, a lot of stuff going on. It's a little crazy when you're planning a relatively good-sized job before the holidays because you know that there's a cutoff, which this week is really going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. And then you're not going to hear from a lot of the world until sort of the beginning of the new year. And so you really have to make sure that you're not forgetting anything at all. What I mean by that is that this particular event is sort of fashioned off of the TED Talks model. We've got 6 speakers. 3 of them are going to be speaking one night, and then 3 of them the next night. It's a 5-camera shoot. All EX3s will have 2 32 gig S/S cards in each camera, and then my team will sort of handle technical direction, working. That'll be my job, producing and directing for the actual event and working with the speakers, basically the client or the talent. And then we'll also handle all of the workflow. And then there's a company that's being hired down in Atlanta that's going to handle all of the audio-visual aspects of the event. So they'll come in, they'll do all the rigging, staging will come through the hotel, and all of the lighting will come through the AV company, camera operators, everything else. So it's a lot of pieces that have to come together, and also scheduling all the speakers, making sure they get in and arrive on time, and then very importantly, letting them have an hour in that space to rehearse. And these are not scripted talks. They're, again, like TED Talks, so they're very conversational in tone, but giving them the ability to get in that space. I know that when I teach, I like to arrive in the space that I'm teaching in at least half hour to an hour ahead of time so I can feel comfortable, basically welcome everybody in and all of that kind of stuff. So a lot of pieces, plus we're creating a new brand for this. We've got to provide logos for gobos to be projected and everything else. So when I think I'm going to get a day that's going to be quiet, at least with something like that, it's not quiet. But really what I'm trying to tell you guys is just think about everything. Create lists for yourself, check them off, make sure that you're communicating to all the right people, and there you go. So more to report on that, and there should be at least 1 or 2 episodes from down there so you guys can get a sense of what this whole thing looks like come mid-January. Last thing that I want to talk about, or second thing, depending on how you look at it, is wrapping it up. You know, I don't talk about this stuff very often, but these are little porta-brace bags. They're little padded bags, and I buy these and basically keep things like little mics or small monitors in here, and then of course put them in a bag that's also padded. And these little dome key wraps, these things are lifesavers because wrap these around cameras, you wrap them around lenses and all kinds of stuff, and they basically just protect things. So anytime I'm throwing a camera in a bag, I'm usually wrapping it in something like this, and it makes a big difference. You know, things get banged around, they get moved around, you don't want stuff scratching. All of these little components have little metal parts, or even if they're plastic, sometimes they have, you know, hard edges, right angles, and if that's rubbing up against another piece of equipment, not so good. So there you go. I'll keep you guys up to date on what I'm doing with the Atlanta thing. I will talk to you a little bit more about all of that stuff in the near future, and I'll see you guys next time on Gearbox.